What is going on, guys? It is Duke, and welcome to today's Rise of Civilizations video. Cool things we're going to talk about in here. Something that affects pretty much everyone who plays the game, unless you're really going in solo, just going to check out the game, not really wanting to get involved. But one thing we're going to talk about is alliances and their kind of role, and knowing your role in the kingdom and what your alliance can become. So as you can see right now, I am on one of my secondary accounts, and I am in Fight for Glory in Kingdom 117. So right now we are on the outskirts. As you can see, our power is 64 million. We are led by Mr. Green, who recruited me into the alliance after we had some issues down south in our previous one, but we'll talk about those kind of things. So right now, we're not a powerhouse by any stretch of the imagination. So what we'll do is we'll check out some of our members here. So we're talking 1 million, up to 2 million, close to that, but really it's guys who are still getting their feet wet into the game. No big spenders, so there's no big whales in there who are going to go around and just smash people. And on top of smashing people with their higher level troops, that helps out when it comes to like gifting. So if we look at the gifts here, we're not talking about some of these rare chests that can be open when people are purchasing in-game products. So that is one thing that's huge. So if you're in alliance where the guys are spending a lot of money, other guys, everyone in the alliance really gets rewarded that way. So a lot of VIP points, gems, speed ups, things of that nature just seem to flow regularly. But in other alliances like this one here that you're seeing, they don't. So you got to kind of grind up a bit, and you also got to kind of know your role. Now, if we pull back here on the map, we can see that we are up in the northeast corner here. So it's far up out of the way. We have some alliances right here that we are friends with. It's peaceful. It's good. So everything is calm. It enables people to go ahead and just work on their commanders, work on their farming, attacking barbarian forts, things of that nature, attacking barbarians, and just really learning how to cohabitate the area with each other. So if we go in, another thing that we're going to look at here is, let's see, what are we talking about here? So their alliance. So right here, our minimum power is 900,000. That's what we're targeting to get at. So there's lower ones. Now, if you can see, we have most people in their alliance description. They have like their allies, their family, and things are good. But one thing that you can run into is guys getting a little bit too eager. So they're wanting to go in and fight and cause wars, but you gotta watch who you're messing with, because some people have friends. So you want to really kind of go in and check out the areas around you where, see this, let's see this alliance right there, HOT. Let's see if we can find someone in their little area, which it looks like we will find him. We're going to check out, one thing you can do is go in and check out who they are friends with. The H_T is one that I've been seeing. So there's a good group of families over there. So you got to watch, especially when it comes to the Mighty Governor event. So the Mightiest Governor event, as you can see down here on the bottom, which isn't out yet here, but when you go in and look at some of these rankings, the biggest thing that you can look at is maybe who's in there, S9S. Look at to see who is really gaining points and where they are. You got to watch, because what happens is during the killing event is that they will come into your territory, or you don't want to go in their territory and get slammed. So that is one thing you want to watch for. So you want to keep note of the times and the events that are happening. Another thing that you really want to look at, because like I said, is Kingdom 117, we're a little bit further behind than the kingdoms before. So say Kingdoms 1 through 10, 11 through 20, they're towards the end of the game. They've already occupied the Lost Temple. And as you get higher up in the numbers, some people might not have known that it's further behind. The game is like a storyboard. That's what this is. It's a story. So basically, when the kingdom first opens up and starts off, you start over here at the Bud Awakens, governors entering into the Bronze Age and leveling up. And as you can see, it starts to go through exploring fog blocks, world of Discord, which is barbarians defeated. Then you get into the Iron Age, because as people further, as the kingdom grows, Also, the city halls are going to grow, and governors will grow. So, and then we look at like sanctums being occupied, barbarian forts getting smashed, and barbarian forts will open up. 20 alliance have 60 members. As you can see, not only is the kingdom growing, but alliances are growing. Bigger is better. 1,000 new alliance flags are built. As you can see, everything's popping up. If you've seen some of the Rise of Civilizations ads that are out there on YouTube, when you first click on a video, sometimes you can see things popping up. It's animated. That's pretty much cool. So you can think about that in this regard. So what do you see? Your alliance occupies previous unoccupied altars, dark ages, compete to enter the top 20. There's competitions with different alliances, and then the passes are beginning to open up, level 1, level 2, and then we get in towards the Lost Temple, which is pretty cool. So you got to keep your eye on those things. Like I said, if you're on the outskirts, don't think that you're going to go pushing your way in. Now, over on my main account, over there with the E6 family, we made our way in through to the Lost Temple, and then we got kind of pushed out. So no matter where you are in the game, there's always somebody, unless you're in the big, huge powerhouse clan or alliance, that can push you out. But really, you got to know your role when you're just getting into a kingdom. Some people like to just create their own alliance and just play with their friends. Some people want to go in and make their way into some of the bigger and stronger alliances through families, but you got to kind of know your role. Sometimes you got to pump the brakes a little bit. I was talking to one of the guys here. They said they're getting ready. They're excited about war. Well, I said, who are we going to war with? They're like, I don't know, we're going to go war. I said, hold up. War is... it's time consuming, it's costly, because it will also affect your troops. If you have, say, 200,000 troops, if you go into a war, you're attacking cities, you're going to lose a lot of your resources, because you got to build your troops up. And then once you start warring, it could be a domino effect where you're warring with one alliance and then another alliance will get involved. They're calling their friends in. Next thing you know, you really don't have much left to spend, which I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about your resources and your troops. That's huge. So if you're in a spot where there's peace, that is a good thing. War can be rough, as we've seen over in Kingdom 55. Kind of buying your time and gaining strength and gaining momentum. That's really what a lot of this game is about. And knowing the role. Democracy is key in this. Find people, find other alliances who think like you, who kind of strategize like just like you, and then will want to work with you. That is a key thing. Having other people's backs, knowing it's kind of like chess, knowing who's going to move, knowing who's going to go where, because at some point people are going to turn and they're going to stab you in the back, and it's good to really have all your cards in line to where if you have to make a play, you can make a play. So don't mess up too early on in the game. That's just a little bit of advice for some people who are going in and starting off with their own alliances, trying to get their foot in the door, because really, as new kingdoms open up, you can jump over there with secondary accounts and start to build them up, and use these kingdoms that you start off with as kind of like stepping stones, because really when you're on the outside, there's a lot going on. You're all the way up into the corner, you're over there in like Alaska, and meanwhile down in like Florida, there is a ton going on which you don't even know about, which you really shouldn't even concern yourself with. Like I said, really just mind your business, get strong, grow, know the game, get used to how things work, get used to attacking, get used to some of the events, get your kills up, and then go from there. I think those are some great things. If you guys aren't subscribed, now is definitely time to do it. If you liked the video, make sure you show a little bit of love with a thumbs up. Make sure you have the notification button turned on. Let me know in the comments down below other things that you think are great, useful, helpful tips for guys who are maybe just starting out, wanting to grow an alliance, start off an alliance, who maybe really haven't been there, because this game is still relatively new. It's still growing by thousands and thousands every single day. So there's guys that know a ton about the game, but there's also guys just coming in with really, really new questions about how to use teleports, how to maybe go about maybe unlocking any commander whatsoever, and how to go from there. But it's all good, and we will see you guys later.